In this video, we'll be taking a look at one MLB game happening on October 12th, 2025, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game, so 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one MLB game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Seattle Mariners versus Toronto Blue Jays. The regular season is now in the rearview mirror and the postseason takes center stage. 2 clubs with World Series aspirations meet as the Seattle Mariners travel to Toronto for Game 1 of the best-of-7 American League Championship Series on Sunday night. Seattle punched its ticket by outlasting Detroit in a marathon, winning 3-2 in 15 innings in Game 5 on Friday at T-Mobile Park. Toronto reached this round by eliminating the New York Yankees in the division series, closing that series with a 5-2 road victory in Game 4 on Wednesday. In the season series between these 2 teams, the Blue Jays finished with a 4-2 edge, a run that included a 3-game sweep at Seattle's ballpark from May 9th through May 11th. Toronto enters this series with the rest advantage, having finished off New York on Wednesday and therefore enjoying extra recovery time before Game 1. Seattle, on the other hand, played a full 5-game series that required a 15-inning finale and forced the club to use multiple starters to get out of that game. Bryce Miller threw 55 pitches in Game 4 and will be on about 3 days rest, which naturally raises questions about his readiness and arm strength. At the same time, the heavy workload from the American League Division Series has implications for Seattle's relief corps, since the club leaned on its high-leverage options repeatedly during the series, including in that extended Game 5. Friday's victory for Seattle was very much an all-hands effort, and the nature of a 15-inning win meant the Mariners cycled through most of their top relievers. That usage pattern leaves fewer fresh options available for the immediate next start, and increases the likelihood that lesser-used arms will be needed earlier in the next series. Season-long splits offer context for home and road comfort. Seattle was below .500 away from home, posting a 39-42 straight-up record in road games, while Toronto was a strong club at Rogers Center with a 54-27 straight-up mark. The Blue Jays also won both of their home games during the American League Division Series, reinforcing the idea that home field conditions have favored them this year. From a pitching perspective, Kevin Gausman put together a solid American League Division Series start, working 5.1 innings and allowing just 1 run against the Yankees. Historically, he has produced favorable outcomes versus Seattle's current roster, holding those hitters to a combined slash line of .245. .289 and .399 across 143 at-bats, which suggests he can limit the Mariners' offense if he repeats that form. That track record and the quality of his recent outing give Toronto a reliable option to trot out when the stakes are elevated. The prospect of facing Seattle immediately after a 15-inning effort makes the situation difficult for the Mariners. In that extra innings game, Seattle used 6 different relievers, including 3 who tossed at least 2 innings apiece, and now they pivot into a new series with only a single day of rest between important appearances. That sequence of events increases the workload on Seattle's bullpen and raises questions about depth and freshness for high-leverage matchups. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays arrive well-rested, and their offense has been humming. They have scored 5 or more runs in each of their 4 playoff games to date, so the lineup's recent output is a clear factor heading into Game 1. Bryce Miller's season numbers and recent form do not inspire confidence in a long outing. He finished the regular season with a 5.68 earned run average and a 1.41 whip, and his road splits include a 5.56 earned run average and a .273 opponent's batting average. Over his last 30 innings, he allowed 33 hits and 18 runs, numbers that suggest the Mariners might prefer to keep his pitch count in check. By contrast, Kevin Gausman has surrendered 33 hits and 11 runs over his most recent 38 innings and arrives with substantial postseason experience, which is an asset when the margin for error tightens in October. Seattle's extra innings game disrupted the planned rotation that had Luis Castillo penciled in to start, because the club had to employ 3 starters to finish that 15-inning affair. That kind of deviation from the original pitching schedule is one of the risks of an extended game, since it forces managers to rearrange starts and quicken reliever timelines. The reality is that burning through trusted arms was necessary for Seattle to get the win on Friday, but it leaves the club in a vulnerable spot for the immediate next outing. It also matters that Miller was already touched up by Toronto earlier in the season and that the Blue Jays have momentum after their series win over the Yankees. Gausman's postseason track record and the Blue Jays' home strengths were key reasons Toronto chased the American League East crown and the home field edge that comes with it. When a rotation piece like Gausman is on his game and the lineup behind him is swinging with confidence, the matchup tilts in favor of the hosts. With all those elements aligning, I expect Toronto to seize the early advantage in this series. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Seattle's games have tended to push the total this season, with an over-under ledger of 91.76 through their first 167 contests before Friday night. The Mariners finished the regular year ranked 10th in baseball with 4.7 runs per game overall, and that figure climbed to 5.12 runs per game in road contests. Their combined average total worked out to 8.98 runs per game, and that rose to 9.96 runs per game when they appeared as the visiting team. Toronto's games carried an 89.72.5 over-under record entering Sunday night, and the Blue Jays ranked third in the majors with 5.01 runs per game overall, a mark that climbed to 5.47 runs per game at Rogers Center. Their average game total came in at 9.47 runs and nudged higher to 9.63 runs per game at home. In the American League Division Series, the Blue Jays were particularly prolific, averaging 8.5 runs per game across the 4 contests against New York, a sample that underscores how hot their offense has been in the early postseason. They now draw Bryce Miller, a right-hander who posted a 5.68 earned run average during the regular season, and Toronto's current roster has produced a .333, .395, and .538 line against him across 39 at-bats. Given the Jays' recent offensive efficiency and the matchups on the mound, there is a realistic scenario in which Toronto alone accounts for a large share of the game's run total. That said, Seattle is capable of contributing runs as well, and their power numbers during the regular season frame that threat. The Mariners finished third in baseball with 238 home runs for the year and have averaged roughly 1.2 homers per game in the postseason sample. With dangerous hitters at the top of the lineup who can change the game with one swing, Seattle remains an offensive threat even when facing a tough starter. Taking into account Toronto's offensive form in October and the fact that Seattle's pitching staff looks taxed after the extra innings win, this matchup projects to finish above the posted total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.